What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Wiley Show. We have a full show planned with y'all, but we do have a special guest, celebrity gossip, podcaster, weird reality series star, none other than one and only for you live on the air. How are you doing for the record?
I'm good. How y'all doing? Happy to see y'all. Like, I'm excited. Bitch, I'm
Yeah.
excited to be back. How you doing, Wiley?
I'm doing wonderful. The last time I seen you, I was in Atlanta on last year for Halloween. Well, I went for Monique show, her stand up Netflix
Yeah.
special, and you were at the club, turned up. I don't even think you remember meeting me. Do you remember me meeting you in person? Because that was for the first time. And you're tall,
Well, the question is, Wiley, do you remember meeting me?
yes.
Of course, you know, Wiley, don't do it.
What?
Don't This is 3 years later. It's a
Okay.
whole new four. I do remember meeting you. I met you, Trey, and T Spiller.
Yes.
Don't do it. So
Okay.
stop acting like I was belligerent. I used to be drunk at those times, but I was very sober and I was very cognitive when I met you. So yeah, I remember you. But do you remember me?
Yes, you're very tall.
Thank you.
And we had an amazing conversation. I saw you in the bar, and it was fun. Like I had a good time, being in Atlanta. And then when me and you talk, it was awesome conversation. You definitely, I thought you was short like your former friend Dre Simmer, but you are a tall man.
Yeah, I'm a little tall, but I'm not like that tall. I'm only like 6 feet, but I got a
That's
little
all.
height. But
Yeah, that's
yeah,
all.
but
And
I did. And I will say I enjoyed meeting you like in person because we've only done like interviews, like only on like online and stuff. So
yes.
like meeting you in person was definitely a different vibe. So I
Yes, it
definitely.
was. And it was fun. It was really, really fun, coming in Atlanta, being around the girls and actually meeting people that I look up to in this business. You
Well, you were around the girls, but when you came around me, you were around the guys. I hate the
around the
girls. You know
guys,
that.
you
I
know
don't
what
say
I'm
the
trying to
girls
say.
shit.
Okay. You a guy. All right, all right, all
Thank
right.
you. I'm not.
And so I definitely got to see you again when I come back to Atlanta because I was nominated for the award. I said, "Wow, I gotta chop it up with Ford because that's what you do. You go to clubs, you hang out. Is Atlanta always that turn? Because it was turn for Holloway. It was packed up in that club.
It was. You know what? This is the crazy thing. The night that y'all saw me, a lot of people have, I was known for, known to be running a club, but we're like 3 years later and I have not been out. So yeah, during that time, I was known around to be around the clubs. I don't go to the clubs. I go to work. In the words in leagues, I work. So that's why I'm here where I'm at now. So, because I work. So I don't know exactly how everything was going in Atlanta or how everything was moving. All I know is I was just happy to see you, Trey, T Spiller. Because I didn't go out any that weekend. Like the only night I went out is when I had saw you, Wiley. Like, and this
Wow.
is like on my mom. And we had a good time. And we got drinks. You bought me a drink. We had conversations about different endeavors and things. So it really wasn't just like we were lit. Now if you had met me 3 years ago, I would have been lit. But we here now. We're here
Yes,
now.
you're here now.
We're here
Um,
now.
I
Now.
like meeting you. You're so nice. Like online persona, you can be a bitch,
Of course.
petty,
Or no,
but
it's not an online persona.
yeah,
I give people what they give to me.
okay,
If I'm a Gemini, and now that's one thing that's never going to change about me. I'm always going to be a Gemini. I match people energy. If someone gives me love, I give them love. If they give me shade, I throw them shade. This is my motto this year. I'm on what you on. That's it. So if you want something, we can be on that together. But if you want to play nice, we can play nice. But if you want to play dirty, we can play dirty. So we can just, it's really up to you.
absolutely. So
Yeah.
I did some homework and I was surprised that you run and operate your own cleaning business.
My nigga, my bro. I love it. See, these are the conversations I love to have. Yes, I actually have Forever cleaning business. It's going it's really hard. I'm not gonna make it seem like it's like super successful. I'm a real person. It's very hard to be an entrepreneur, but I am trying. I started like a little bit after the pandemic, so it's kind of just like I have my ups and I have my downs, but I'm trying to work on it, but I just love you shutting out. And it's Forever Clean, by the way, y'all. On Instagram, it's Forever Clean. You can go to foreverclean@gmail.com. I don't have a website yet. I'm not gonna act like I have a website yet. I'm a small business. I'm just a black man trying to make it. So if y'all can support me, if you live in Atlanta, or the tri-state areas, I can come clean your goddamn house. I only got 2 workers. But Wiley, I love you for that. This is the
Yeah,
conversation I love to have.
I saw that on my timeline. I was surprised that you were into the cleaning business. My mom actually owned a cleaning business. Actually, I have an aunt that have a very successful cleaning business. They just started out their house, and now they have multiple employees, and they got contract with Walmart, etc. So
Yes.
I admire that grind, but it's difficult because you have to compete for those type of contracts. You got to get a business license. You got to get insurance, etc., etc., etc. So it's a challenge when you are a independent operation and not backed by big dollars. So I admire and I commend you for coming out and say, hey, I have a cleaning business, because it's not too many. You're not into fashion. You're doing something that everybody need their house clean. Hell, I've even
Yeah.
hired people to
My
clean my
thing is,
apartment.
I
So,
feel like if you want to be an entrepreneur, this is why I have put my mind in. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to do things that people want.
mhm.
Anybody can get online and find a designer or a stylist. But guess what someone always needs? They always need a bell bondsman. They always need someone to make sure their house is clean. If you're a millionaire, you don't have time to clean your house. You always need a cleaner. You always need someone to motherfucking tow trucks. It's to the point of you always need someone to be a nurse. You have to get into a job that they always need. You're always going to need a cleaner. You're always going to need a bells bondsman. You're always going to need a doctor or a nurse. These are things that are never going to go out of style. No one needs a stylist when the recession hit. But guess what? Bitches go to jail. I was actually looking out, like my next endeavor was I was actually thinking about becoming a bells bondsman because bitches go to jail all the time for all type of charges. People go to jail for rape, drug charges, drugging people, killing people. I was thinking about being a bells bondsman. What do you think about that?
I think that would be awesome. I think
Because people go to jail all the time.
and it's
I
a
think
big,
that'd be great.
it's definitely a big business. I want to ask you, you
Yeah,
in the reality field, and
Mhm.
Chasing Dollars, they just released their trailer. Did you watch it?
I did. I did.
Do you think that this season is a good season? Because last season I do believe, or all pretty much all, it was so focused on Reese G, Reese G, Reese G, and so now this is like the first season without Reese G. So what was your thoughts when you seen the Chasing Dallas trailer that was released?
To be honest, on my spiritual journey, I enjoy seeing them still doing it. And this is not me trying to be politically correct. Anytime that I see black men or black gay men, especially us in our society, I enjoy it. I enjoyed them still pushing it because they got rid of Reese G and they thought, oh, you girls were done. You were canceled. Reese G controlled it. For them to sit there and still push strong, and then they put it on to another black gay man. We have to stick together as a group of people. We can be all in this industry. I enjoy seeing that trailer. I enjoy seeing that because we all thought it was over. But no, bitch, it's never over. It's over when we say it's done. We have all in the black society have stood as black gay men have stood behind black women. We have literally sit there and just been the backdrop. Oh, I'm your stylist. I do your hair. I'll write your lyrics. I'll do this. Now we're in the forefront. Me watching that trailer as them having a black gay producer with a all black gay cast. I love the trailer. I just want to see if it's entertaining or not. I can't say if it's gonna be I can't say if the show's gonna be entertaining or not.
Okay.
But I enjoyed the show because we have to stick together. and I cannot stand the division. I feel like it was a great trailer to me, and I think that they're gonna be great and they're gonna be successful.
And
You have to manifest it.
I said that when I saw that in there. Do you see yourself doing more shows? Like, because you were on G Status, they went away for whatever reason. And nobody have been hearing from you, like doing For the Record. I don't think you have released a new episode lately. So will you get back into doing MTV, BET Plus, like any of those type of mainstream, or are you gonna stick with where reality series?
You know, the only thing I'm sticking to is my spirituality and my money. Okay. I don't give a fuck about none of this web shit. If you really want to be real, I don't give a fuck about none of it. If it doesn't make me happy, if it does not make my heart, when I did those reality TV shows, I was in a very dark place. I kind of felt like that it was changing who I was. I'm a very naturally nice, bubbly person. And doing those shows really kind of start to contort who I was. I'm open to do other shows if it shows who I am. Like on this interview, I want people to actually see who Fort is. I'm not combative. I don't talk shit all day. I'm a very loving and caring person.
Wow. Okay.
And I want to show people that. Like Wiley, when you met me here in Atlanta, you was like Fort. You were so much different in person. But when you're on a job and you do these reality TV shows, it's like, well, bring the drama, bring this, bring the finesse. I want people to actually meet, I want people to meet Edward. My real name is Edward. I am 29 years old. I will be 30 years old this year. I want people to actually meet me. I don't want to just come on the camera and then people are hating me because I'm a very loving and caring person. So I'm open to do other shows and other projects, long as it actually shows me. The only thing is they put me in situations on shows where I was gaslighted. It was to the point you never put me in a happy situation, or you never put me in a situation to show how much I'm fun and bubbly. Every time I got to set, it was drama. So that's all y'all have got. But I don't like drama. I'm a Gemini. I like to be happy. I like to show love. I like to laugh. That's genuinely who I am.
I always want to ask you are you single?
And I'm ready to mingle, bitch.
Really? What is keeping you from a relationship? You're tall, attractive,
Thank you.
And you have your own business, and so you got your stuff together. You have your own place. So what is stopping you from finding it? And you're in Atlanta, so that could be a negative because
Wiley, I've had my own place. Wiley, save it. I've had my own place for 3 years now.
I said you got your own place.
Better place. Stop playing with me, Wiley, because girl, stop doing it.
I just said you had your own place. You hear me?
You said you got your own place now, Wiley. Stop the innuendo.
I said you got your own place. I said you got your own place. I didn't mean to say. I said.
Oh, why are you single? You ready to get in dating? Wiley, stop the sub. Stop it.
I said you got your own.
Are we gonna have a conversation or we're not?
We're gonna have a conversation. Oh, my apology. You got your own place.
Right? Again.
What's wrong with saying you got your own place?
It was like, oh, you're ready to get in the dating scene. You got your own place now. Stop gaslighting me.
Okay.
You're like, just say, well, Ford, you're ready to date. Are you ready to meet people that's on your level? I'm ready to meet people that's on my level. Because at this point, this is going backwards. We're going forward. This is a rebrand, and this we're not doing it.
So you're gonna be the top.
I will lead this interview. I will lead this interview.
Are you
Don't play with me?
Are you gonna be the top on the relationship or the bottom?
To be quite honest, I'm definitely going to be the top because I don't want to say that. Let me just say this. I am a natural masculine energy. I love bottoms. I support my bottoms. I love you all. Let me just tell y'all that. But I don't have like an Adam's apple. So my voice is naturally high. But I'm a natural male. I'm very masculine. I give like dominant energy. So, but if the world comes around and if I get in a relationship and this guy wants to try to top me, guess what? It's not going to happen because I like bottoms. I like to be dominant. So, like, if I'm in a relationship, I don't want a guy to penetrate me. So, as long as you can give dominant and you give the image of a man, but I just want you to know, I just want you to be submissive. And I'm down to listen and then be submissive mentally, but physically, no, I'm not. So, no, I'm not. If that made sense. I'm not, no one's fucking me.
Okay. But I want to ask you this, and I asked this question to another person that's in the scene in Atlanta. I was asking, would you date somebody that does OnlyFans?
I would.
Okay, I'm surprised by that. Because most people say they don't want to date somebody OnlyFans with all the drama, them sharing themselves on camera, etc. And my last question, because we're in 2023.
And I want to go more in depth on that.
Okay.
I would date someone that does OnlyFans only because at this point, everyone is done. Let's be real. Everyone is almost done OnlyFans. I know I haven't done OnlyFans, but people will do OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, if I get into a relationship with someone, I don't care what their past was or what they did. If you were getting to your bag and you were a hustler, if you want to do OnlyFans, I'm gonna let you know. Once you get with me, hey, look, you got to cut that OnlyFans shit out. Key word is, I would date someone who's done OnlyFans. I won't date someone who's doing OnlyFans.
Okay.
I'll date somebody that's done it, just not doing it.
Doing it. I want to ask you, this is 2023, my last question. What is the goal that you want to accomplish this year that you can share? Because I know you got some goals that you're not going to share publicly, but what is a goal that you
I'm very open and transparent.
Okay. So what is a goal that you would like to accomplish in 2023?
My goal in 2023 is we're almost there. So I have my own podcast, and I invited you on it. It's called, well, it's not my own podcast. I have it with my co-host, which is Travi and Tay, and it's called the Don't Try Podcast. So my goal is this year is I just want us. We're almost monetized. So I just want our podcast to be successful. I kind of feel like that we have gotten to a place in our careers and in us all coming together as Black gay men, just trying to build up.
Yes, I'm happy.
And it's like we went from literally 2 mics, and then we went to 3 mics, and then we went to 4 mics, and then we went to a new soundboard, and then we have done this. And my goal is to elevate with my friends and to elevate with people that genuinely care for me, because those are all things that matter. You can't buy friendship. You can't buy that shit. You can't not buy being a hustler. You can't buy loyalty. And though that's my goal, is to make sure that my podcast, Don't Try It, follow us on Spotify and Apple Music, and just go with the vibe.
Okay.
The LGBT, and I want to just say this. I don't mean to overtalk you on your own show, Wiley, because I thank you for asking me to come on, and I love you for that. Just to see where I'm at. I want to say this. Do not try to down our community and our brothers and our sisters. And if you want to be them, they, it, blah, who, wah, ha. Don't care. At the end of the day, it's the LGBTQ, LTQZ, blah, blah, blah. We have to stick together.
Okay.
The only thing I want to say is let's just ride together and let's stop the extra bullshit.
All right. How can people get in contact with you for?
You can follow me on going to your holistic store. Go get you a money candle. Go get you a money plant. Also, go look in the stars, bitch, and manifest everything you want in life. Also, how you can find me is look in the goddamn mirror, bitch, and find your goddamn self. Find me through your spirit. Fuck a hashtag, fuck a ad. You can find me on the stars. And that's how I made it. I have not gotten here through a goddamn ad, YouTube. I got here through my spirituality. At me, go look at a star, go stargaze. Go look in the mirror and find out who you are. Listen to Lauryn Hill, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, and pray to yourself and let you know that you are great, you are beautiful, you are kind, you're great. Don't find me, bitch. Find you. When you find you, you'll find me. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you for love you.
Love you too, hon.
Yes, when I'm in Atlanta, I definitely want to chop it up with you again because you're a good brother.
And I love you too, Wiley. And have a good night, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So that was For the Record. So make sure y'all go check him out over there on the social media streets. And once I get the link to his podcast, I will definitely send the podcast link over there to everybody. So let's switch gears here. Now I was at the club yesterday. Okay, let me back up and do a story. Let me back up. So yesterday I get done with the show with Don, and his beautiful wife was here. And I was preparing for it because I was deep cleaning my house because the cleaning lady couldn't come on the weekend. So I literally had to clean the apartment. It wasn't that much to clean up. It was just a lot of clothes, just throwing out a lot of boxes. And yeah, I was just definitely doing that. And so I was getting the house really cleaned up and deodorized. And, I'm getting the restroom cleaned up, get it scrubbing, just get the shower, everything really, really deodorized because Don is coming and also his wife is coming to my apartment. So I'm getting our apartment together. And then I didn't even have chairs because literally I only have this chair and that's about it, and a broken gaming chair. So I was like, I got to buy some chairs. And then I was like, no, I got the chairs. And so he said, I want to come to the show. So him and his wife come over. This man brought his own microphone. He brought his own microphone with his stand. And we had an entire conversation about it. And then the ending of the show was dope. And it was great conversation between him and his wife. And I was just having a great, awesome conversation. So they leave and they go back to their house. And so I get a call from my my roommate, my former roommate. We used to be roommates. We good Judy's, good. And he called me, and I think I called him. Yeah, I said, Theo, what are you doing? Oh, we're gonna go to Marty's and we going to Babylon. And I said, oh, I go. You're not gonna go. I'm like, no, I go. I was dressed. I had on a pair of jeans, some shoes, and I had on a hoodie. So I said, yes, I will go. Because they have to drop off somebody at work. And I was like, okay, let me get a lift to where y'all at. And then we all can go to, we can go to Babylon and we can go to, to the club, to Marty's. Never been to Marty's. I've been here for years. I've never attended Marty's in my life. Never attended Marty's in Dallas. So we get in the car and he's driving super fast. Like, Theo, you a fast driver. Like, that man drive fast. I don't like fast driving. Like, when I drive, I'm very conservative. I am out here very slow. Like, I drive like Miss Daisy. Like, I am a slow driver. I don't super drive fast. I make sure I go at a complete stop. I make sure I go, I make sure I turn when it's supposed to turn. I make sure I check before I turn into the lane, etc. So he's driving, and I'm like, what in the world are you doing? Driving fast, super fast, and listening to music. Now, his sister is in there, and she's beautiful, by the way, a beautiful chocolate woman. And so I've always wanted to talk to her, but she like women, right? And so, but I still want to have a conversation. So we having a conversation. When I get in the car, she was like, you remember me, right? I was like, yes, I remember you. I said, you're so beautiful. I always talk about you. I always mention you. I know your brother don't tell you. So we chop it up, and she's supposed to get it up, but I guess she forgot. So we get to Marty's. Now, mind you, it's in the hood. I'm seeing raggedy houses, and the way that Marty's is set up in an area that in like the hood. So you get there, we have to go through an alley to get to Marty's. Like, literally, I've never been in an alley. And it takes me a while to walk because I have a problem, my leg was hurting, aches and pains. And so I'm just really, and then it was a homeless man peeing in the alley. And we literally have to walk through the alley to get to, thank you for the super sticker, to get to, but then also somebody else sent a super sticker. Thank you for sending that super sticker. We literally have to walk through the alley to get to Marty's. And then finally we get to Marty's. And when we get inside Marty's, oh my gosh, I'm seeing all type of people in there, they're performing, they're having a good old time, and all of that. And at first, I was like ready to go because it took me a time to warm up because I'm an introvert. I don't like a lot of people, and so I go live, and somebody said you need a drink, and I went to the bar, and I got Hennessy and Red Bull, and so I got that. And then it started getting in my system. Then I got another Hennessy and Red Bull. Then I got then I ran out of Red Bull and Hennessy. Then I went and got some Ciroc and Coke, Coca-Cola, and I mixed that in there. And I was just getting turned up. Then I had some shots. So I'm just in the mood. I'm dancing. Then Theo goes to the dance floor. Then I go to the dance floor. Then I go live. Then they play Nuck If You Buck. And I was like, Nuck If You Buck, ride Nuck If You Buck, ride Nuck If You Buck. Like them drinks, it just kicked in and I'm having a good time. And I am a talker, all right? I am a talker. So I'm networking the Wiley Show. And I forgot to bring my business cards, right? But I'm networking the Wiley Show and telling the people they should come on the Wiley Show. And I know how to kiss a lot of butt in the LGBT community. And one thing about it is you buying somebody a drink, you tell them how beautiful they are, tell them how gifted they are, that they should be on the Wiley Show. And I've made a lot of connections because there was some great talented people there. And they was like, oh my gosh, I know who you are. You covered like Chasing Dallas and all of that. Then, we just having a good, and I'm just really dancing, having a good time. Then it was this dude, really good looking, by the way. I said, let me buy you a drink. And he said, well, I'm in a relationship. I said, that's fine. I buy your man a drink as well. So I bought him and his man a drink, and we just dived in and had a full-fledged conversation. Everything was going good. I'm streaming, I'm going live, and then I run into somebody that did not like what I post on YouTube, right? Something that I post on YouTube for years about some show, I don't remember. They were upset, like literally cackling me, upset. Him and his friend, they were like literally upset. So I'm like, how can I change it? Because I really want to enjoy this moment. I kept trying to tell them, like, I'm not on YouTube. Why would you say that, Wiley? I used to love you. I was like, I said, first of all, I'm not on the clock, but let's get some shots. So we go to the bar, we get a couple of shots, and we start dancing. And then the dude was trying to grind on me. And I was like, no, don't grind on me, because he's in a whole relationship. Then his boyfriend was like getting mad. And I was like, I don't like this. Like, blah, blah, blah. Let me bust a move. Because, like, again, I don't like all that confrontation. No, you got your man. But I guess when, the liquor is flowing, the drinks is flowing, it's really, really lit. Then I just started dancing with this lesbian couple. Then one of the girlfriends, she got mad because I was dancing with her girl. She snatched her away. And I was having a good time. I was literally having a good dancing. And I rarely dance. I rarely get out there and I dance and have all of that stuff on my show. Like, I rarely do that. Like, I dance at home, but in a club, like, it really takes something. So them drinks was just in me. And I drunk so much, it is in me. And then I was like, Theo, like, let's go to Babylon. Because I'd never been to Babylon. So I said, let's go to Babylon. So we literally go to Babylon. Like, we drove, he drove to Babylon. He was missing all the turns, child, because he was out of his mind. So we go there. Oh, before we go to Babylon, I forgot where I met King. Because I met King from Chasing Dallas. I'm trying to remember. Did I meet him in Marty's? I think I met one of the Chasing Dallas. I lived his praises of, like, I was like, oh my gosh, you're beautiful, you're talented and amazing hairstylist, because he is those things. Even though I could be shady, I'm very I could be out there. Diplomacy is key. And so I'm just uplifting the brand of the Wiley Show, and I'm uplifting, showing love to King from Chasing Out, and beautiful, sexy, by the way. That's a whole man. Yeah, I met him at Babylon. Thank you, Renee, because I was live. I met him at Babylon. I'm shaking it. He was so excited that I wasn't shady, that I'm so nice in person. And then he came into my live because I really do want to interview a lot of the cast members of Chasing Dallas. And I've noticed that you can't really be shady and then think you're going to get the interviews. You know what I'm saying? You got to know how to play the game. So you got to kiss a little, butt. You got to kiss a little butt in this business. And I know how to do it. And I kissed a lot of butt. I hugged. I didn't get no pictures because I'm literally lit, but I'm streaming it on my IG. And the reason why I took it down, because IG kept shutting my lives down because they were playing the music. So I'm literally having fun just talking to people. I was talking to people outside. It was this attractive guy outside. I said, you're beautiful. You are fashion designer. I know you want to move to New York. He said, oh my gosh, how do you know that? I could just tell you, I know how to flirt. And my Theo was like, dude, you do know how to flirt. I am a good flirt. I know how to flirt. I know what a gay man wants to hear, and I feed that motherfucking ego. I'm gonna feed the ego, so I know what they want. I know how to feed an ego. So I'm just having a good time. His friend was there. And then I told him, I said, you need to dump your friend. You're the superstar, not your friend. And that's the liquor talking. Then I get one of the producers on the show. I'm flirting with Tasha. She's one of the producers of the Wiley Show. Literally talking about how beautiful she is. She beautiful. I think I told her we should get married. Literally, like the liquor was just literally in me. And she was trying to talk to me. That's like the worst time to talk to me because like the liquor was in. But I told her to call me, but the liquor was just in me. And I don't remember all the conversation with her, but I was like literally lit. And I just had a good time. Then I would start talking to Theo's friend, Theo's sister. She's a lesbian. She looking for a female. And I was like this. I was like, you're beautiful. You're talented. She said, oh, don't make me blush. I said, you are. You're so intelligent. You're very smart. I seen something very special about you. Just really talking to her and just having a good time. Then, Theo was meeting his people. I'm just having a great time in the club, just really minding my business, having a great time. Did I meet people that didn't like me? Yes, I did. Most of them are not going to confront me, but you can just sense by the energy. Like I seen a couple, and the boyfriend liked me, and then one of the guys liked me, but his boyfriend didn't. So that typically is the case. So when I do go out, because I am a controversial figure, and I don't cover a lot of gay topics because they're so sensitive. So I don't, and especially I still congregate with the community. So I don't cover a lot of Dallas tea, things that runs across my chest or desk. I don't talk about a lot of the mess in Dallas because I still go to clubs and you want to be there safely. You don't want to be in there and get jumped because you said something about somebody homegirl. So typically I don't do that. So I stopped covering a lot of things in Dallas. I used to cover a lot, but I stopped. And then I saw somebody else and we was in a bad beef and I saw them there. I was like, oh, I want to go up there and talk to him. He was around all these people. I was like, he can go left. And then sometime I said, no, I'm just going to drink some more. Then I went up to the bar and I got some more drinks because I had a good time. I rarely go out. It is very special when I leave my house because I rarely go out. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a lot of friends in Dallas. Like Theo, he's becoming to be a friend. We've been cool. I've been known Theo since I was in Chicago for years. We're building a friendship. I don't consider myself a friend with him because, again, we never had that rapport. Now, did we ever get it in? Yes, we have multiple times. He's really good in bed. And then he started promoting his business. Like, soon he get on my Instagram. Y'all book. I'm like, dude, we charge for that. He literally took my phone and started promoting his business. Like, listen, I charge for people to promote their business to my followers. He just kept trying to promote his business. Every case. I didn't go live on YouTube. I was literally on live just talking about his travel agency. And have I offered him to come on the Wiley Show for the travel agency? Yes, I have. And he's supposed to do an event for us. But I typically don't want to do an international trip yet because I'm getting to build the following with my audience on stateside. And then once we get a report on the state side, then I would go and do my first international trip for the Wiley Show. But right now, I want to really get to people, get to know people in the United States. So I'm having a good lit time. All outside. Then I smoke me some ganja. Out there, puff, pass. All on camera. I'm literally in another zone, turned up. And I still don't know how to inhale. Like, I think that I don't know how to inhale. I really don't know how to inhale. You know what I'm saying? I do. And then I don't know. I think you got to inhale. They say inhale it. So I got to do a better job inhaling it. But, it was an awesome opportunity. It was fun to be out there living my best life. You only live once. And like I said, I don't go out a lot. I go out every once in a while. Like I said, that was the first time I went out to Marty's. That was the first time I went out to Babylon. I rarely go to these type of places because I'm so an introvert. I'm in the house and everything like that. I'm now welcoming people to come into the house. I'm not going to let everybody come in my house and do interviews, but I will be opening up my house for interviews, but not everybody. Some people like Don, if I really mess with you, if I really know you, like Theo, I know him, been knowing him for years. I don't mind him coming over and we do a collaboration, my brother and so many other people. But I'm not going to open it up to the general public, everybody. No, because you can't trust, everybody coming in the house. And I don't even offer any alcohol because the girls can't handle alcohol. And then most of these girls like to drink and drive. And I don't want to be the reason why you have all this alcohol, you behind the wheel. So we don't have none of those type of shenanigans. Did I get it in last night? I did not. Didn't get it in. Did I get a couple of numbers to typically get in? No, I have. Yes, I have. But I didn't really do it because again, I'm so focused on my show. I don't have the energy because number one, you got to be safe. Number two, you got the monkeypox. Number three, it's so many type of diseases out there. And I'm not trying to get back on PrEP. Like I was on PrEP for a second, but I'm not trying to get back on it because it put wears and tears on your liver. I've heard from people. So I'm not trying to get back on PrEP. And then PrEP doesn't protect you from any incurable, STI. So I got to be very careful with that. And these girls, a lot of them be dirty. And so you got to be very careful. And I'm very clean, like very, very clean guy. And so I did not get it in. It was somebody that I really wanted to get it in with. We connected, we made. But I've just been so busy focusing on my show that, that take a lot of time and that take a lot of energy to come in. Now, for the people that's asking, PrEP is like a pill you take to protect you from not get HIV. So it protects you. It shields your immune system to not be infected. So if you come into somebody that is positive, being on PrEP protects you not to become positive. That's pretty much the medication. So I have a lot of PrEP pills, but I'm not using it because I heard that it put wear and tear on your liver. So I stopped, doing that. So I've been trying to date Theo's sister, but she's not into men. She's not into men. We had an amazing conversation. We talked everything. Like she's just not into men. Like she bought me a drink. She's just a good woman, good head on her shoulder. She's not ghetto. She's not ratchet. She don't be posting thirst traps on the internet. But I can tell that she's a freak. You know what I'm saying? And just all around. She's not in drama. And I love the fact that she have a great relationship with her brother. I love that. To see that, and I love that. So I really, what I'm saying, been trying to talk to her, but she like women. So hopefully one day when she have a slip up, when she want to deal with a man, I could be on that list. All right, so you know what I'm saying, and I'm like, whoa, right? She was beautiful. Like she's like literally my type. Like I remember when Theo, when she first came to visit, like I could not stop thinking about her. Like I was like, wow, and I really, she was just so freaking beautiful. And so I'm like, wow. But when he told me that she's a part of the community, I was upset. I was mad because I wanted her to be straight. At the end of the day, I wanted her to be straight so we can talk and date and all of that stuff. And she probably said she's going to be watching because I told her I'm going to be talking about her on the Wiley Show. All right. So we're going to see about that. All right. I had to talk about it. So it was fun. So would I go out again? I think somebody wanted me to go out with them tonight. I may go out. I may not. Okay, because that was expensive. Really, really not expensive. A couple of drinks there and there, and I can afford it. Because like I said, I don't just spend my money on stupid stuff. So going out every once in a while is just good for you. And so after we left the club, we went to the Waffle House. Now, mind you, I don't know why I was in the Waffle House because I was super hungry. The liquor, I just needed something on my stomach. So we go to the Waffle House. I wanted some bacon, scrambled eggs, some sausages, and some hash browns, and I had a soda. And mind you, this was my first soda that I had within weeks. I ate, had a good time. It was delicious. It was cold in the Waffle House, but the food was nice and hot and fresh, and I had a great time. So he get the ticket because we all wanted our own separate ticket. So we get up to the cashier, and I gave him my ticket, and I'm like, "What are you waiting for?" And Theo was like, nigga, he waiting on your card for you can pay for the food. And I'm like, oh, my bad. I was so lit. I forgot to get him in my card to pay for the food. So I paid for the food and went out and came home and got up today, and I went on and went to the gym like to burn off the night before because I've been doing really, really good with my diet. And this is really dope for me. Like I can really tell you, like I was in the gym today, burning calories. Then I stayed on the treadmill for some more minutes as well. Every day for an hour, I'm working out and I'm very active. And completely, I've changed my diet. 95% of my diet have changed. Like more water intake, more fruit intake. If I want to have a smoothie, I get a smoothie. But that's totally different for me because when I was, my typical diet, like today is like Sunday. would be some Chinese food, extra shrimp, extra chicken, extra beef in the rice. And I would get them chicken wings, them big old fried chicken wings, about 4 to 5 sodas, and that's my Chinese. Then I would have a midnight craving, and I would go order a pizza, a large pizza, and about 3 sodas. And then the next day I would go to Uber Eats and give me a burger, a brisk burger, and then I would get some baby back ribs. So that was typically like my diet. And I was wondering, I'm saying, why in the world I'm so congested and I'm full with so much gas? Because my system was overload with all of that toxic food. Like, it was just an overload, and I was getting bagged up. Once I start releasing and start eating bananas, strawberries, nuts, eating that, I'm releasing more. I'm not congestion, and like I'm able to fry, okay, able to do these things, eat, living clean, waking up, not feeling tired. My thought process is different. I'm able to be more witty in my thought process because of I left out so much of that toxic food, like all that grease and all of that. Now, do I go into and I make like tilapia? Sometimes I put like some shrimp in the air fryer, but nothing like indoctrinated with grease and all of that. And then also, if I want like a smoothie, because I don't have a blender, I had one, but my Theo did something to my blender, so I have to get a new one. So I go to Smoothie King, and I just like the experience going to Smoothie King because I like their smoothies. I love the peanut butter Power Plus. I love peanut butter. It's something about peanut butter. I love it. And I could eat peanut butter by itself. So I love that peanut butter smoothie. So I dropped by there, got a smoothie, and I said, hey, let me go ahead on and get back to the gym in a daily walk. Now, mind you, it's really cold outside, so I can't really do the walks outside because it's cold. So what do I do now? I said, hey, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do the what's the name. Now I had that because I'm saying there's nothing wrong with having a little smoothie. I have lost weight, and I'm doing it the Wiley way. Like, I'm doing it my way, and I've seen the change in my body. I'm seeing the compliments. Oh my God, what is your secret? I cut out a lot of things. Now, do I go out and get a smoothie every day? No, I do not. And these are the things. Do I work out every day? Yes, I do. Like tomorrow, I'm starting to lift weights. I'm gonna do like 30 minutes on the treadmill, then I'm about 30 to 45 minutes an hour, and lifting weights, and to build up that stamina and continue to do so. And I'm not eating out late. And then if I want to get a snack, I eat a little peanuts, the little almond nuts and all of that someone bought me. And or I eat some grapes or something, but not like grease. And my secret, I just cut it out. Cut out the sodas, cut out the fried food, cut out the baby back ribs. Now, you can have every once in a while and say, hey, I want some fried chicken today. If you have a healthy diet and you're working out tremendously and you're living a healthy life majority of the week, you can splurge on a day and say, okay, today I'm gonna eat some fried chicken. I'm not saying you let it go completely, but you can just literally eat some chicken if that's what you're gonna do for a day. But you don't have to eat it every day. Do it in increments, but not every single day. So when I get on the treadmill, it feels good. Like my leg, sometimes it be aching, but it's okay because when I get off of it, I rub my leg down with some alcohol, rub my body with some lotion. I get in the bed, I sleep good. I love it. I feel liberated. I feel so good. Like, I had an amazing conversation with somebody today, and he said, I see you on this healthy journey. And now that you're starting to see results, you are now more encouraged to do it. And I'm glad. Like, it was so easy to gain the weight, and it's so good and it's easy to lose the weight. And meaning that if you really have the mindset, it is easy. It is challenging when you're not willing to make the necessary steps to take on your diet and to take on that thing. But it's easy because you just have it in your mind and say, it must have be a willing mind, and say, okay, let me stop drinking that. And I just completely left. Then my skin is clearing up. My body is like slimming down, and we're doing all type of stuff and doing the things for my health. Because again, we want to live for a long time. And when I looked at my vision board and I put on a goal, I put a couple of goals on there. 2 of the goals I've already accomplished. And it's one goal I got on, I haven't accomplished that. I'm on my way to come. I'm not going to say it to probably never going to share the goals, but I put 2 goals on my vision board. Oh, one goal I complete. I was able to complete that goal. The next goal, I'm actually in that process of accomplishing that goal. And the third goal, I'm not there yet. So I love that. I love that I'm a goal setter, and I love that if I put my mind to something, I actually do it, and it's definitely great. Now, when I went to the club, that was the first taste of alcohol that I had since November in Thanksgiving. So when I had that, literally, I did not have any alcohol until I was in Chicago back in November. So it's okay. I'm not a drinker every day, so I don't need to detox from alcohol because I don't drink every day. You know what I'm saying? I don't get out there and drink every day, drinking beer, drinking wine every day. No. When I went out to the club, that was my first time drinking in months since, Thanksgiving. So it was great. It was awesome. I love the fact that I'm in the gym. I love the fact that heads are turning, I'm sweating, having a good time on networking and stuff like that. So that's what I got to do, you guys. I love it. So we're going to move on to the next topic here. And we're going to open up the phone lines and let y'all call in as well. So give me a second. Now, Tasha K, this is part 2 of the interview with Dr. Larry Reid. Now, I want to say this, and I say this humbly to the people that are out here were criticizing the Wiley Show and all of this. And I'm still on message. And my message is Larry Reid has been accused of violating a 15-year-old boy, Levantre. So Levantre mother went on Tasha K's show. Last week you had Levantre, the victim, the alleged victim. This week you have the alleged victim, Levantre's mother. So I'm going to break down the things that she shared on Unwind with Tasha K on her app on TashaKLive.com. So the interview opened up. It's about an hour and some minutes. Open up. She is a minister. Levantre mother is a minister. She said, Tasha asked about her upbringing about church. She said she was raised by her grandmother in the church, and that's all she knew, going to church at school. And she said she couldn't play sports unless she goes to church. Rayford, I think Hope County, she said she's from. She said when she was in high school, getting ready to go to college, she was an All-American, and she said she ended up pregnant and got accepted for like basketball. She was a huge sports athlete, and so when she was getting ready to go to college, she was getting the acceptance letter and all of that. She got pregnant with her oldest son, and so then she said, she was in the varsity squad. She's 6 feet tall. Tasha asked her, did she ever aspire to be in the WNBA? She said yes, she'd like to be in the WNBA. She said my grandmother was over it. She was a senior in high school. She said all been good. She said it's been good she's been good all the years, but when she finally got a taste of freedom, she just went wild. And she said being an athlete, she would sneak to dances as well. And Tasha asked her, did you get married to your oldest son, Dad? She said yes. I was rebellious. She said she got married when she was 20 years old, and she said it wasn't arranged. And she said, did the marriage last? She said no, the marriage only lasted for 1 year. And she said Levantre was her second child, and she had Levantre like 4 years later. And she got married to Levantre dad, been married for 14 years, and then she got married a second time, and then it didn't end. And she said that when she got saved, she didn't know how to be a wife to an unsaved husband. Then it goes to this. Tasha asks her to describe Levantre's father. She said Levantre's father is a hustler. He knew how to bring in money. She said, what type of kid was Levantre? She said he was spoiled by his grandmother, which that would make this great grandmother. That's his grandmother. Yeah, or great grandmother. Anyway. He was spoiled by his grandmother. He was into sports. He was playing basketball. He played baseball as well. He started young to play the drums. And then he also said that my grandmother sent Levantre's mother was sent to Long Island, and she tried to join a gang. And she said it was short-lived for Levante trying to join the gang because he said he couldn't deal with the gang culture. Okay. All right. So she said Levante is tall, and then they talk about the mother being a minister, and then they talked about joining Larry Reid Church. She said the name of the church was Breakthrough Temple in Fairfield, and for about 4 to 6 years. And she said she left her original church that she was attending to join Larry Reid Church because one of her friends told her to join Larry Reid Church. So she asked her, like, why did you leave? She said it was an issue. It was some issues because Tasha asked, why did you join Larry Reid Church? She said there were some issues with the pastor of her original church that didn't sit right with her. So she said, I was in a space I'm not going anywhere, but her best friend invited her to Larry Reid Church, and she attended the church. She said she loved the great singing. She loved the loud prayers. It reminded her of her church and what she was raised under. Then she said she left. Okay. Oh, Tasha asked her, did he get along with everybody in Larry Reid's church? She said, yeah, it seemed like that. She said that, Levante started to play drums at Larry Reid Church, but he got paid less from his previous gig. Then Tasha asked Levante's mother, do you think back now that it was weird? She said that some things were weird. She said, I've heard whispers, like she heard whispers about Larry Reid. She said some of the things that you hear and Tasha asked her, what was some of the things that you heard and that you looked over? She said first it was things that was dealing with the money. And then she would say when sinners would come in, they would see Larry Reid and say he's a sinner as well. Like if a gay person come into church, they would say that Larry Reid is gay. He's not delivered from the lifestyle. So why is he trying to tell us to be delivered? He's still in the pulpit gay. And that's what she was alluding to in the interview, saying that when sinners come off the streets from a gay lifestyle, they would see Larry Reid in the pulpit and they would say that Larry Reid is a homosexual himself. Because that's what she was alluding to. It was mentioned in the interview that Larry Reid is very charismatic. And she said that Larry called her. She's telling this to Levante's mother. She said that Larry Reid called her saying that blogger is Daryl Moore, is saying all these untruthful things about him on the internet. So Tasha K said, you need to sue. And she said, that's when I sent my lawyer, Ogre, to defend Larry Reid. But she said, when Bishop Whitehead played the recording, that's when Tasha K said that those victims with those recordings are not lying. And that's why she shifts gears to hear what was going on. She said at first she wasn't paying attention to it at all. She said she didn't watch the video. She didn't start paying attention to Larry Reid and his victims until after she listened to Bishop Whitehead and those recordings. Tasha asked her the juicy question that we all waiting for. All right. When did you come to know when things became inappropriate between your son and Larry Reid? She said, I was still a part of the church and I would hear stuff. She said the allegations started when I was in St. Martin because she was pastoring a church. And she said Larry Reid was going to get married to a woman that lived in London. And so she needed somebody to pastor her church. So 3 to 4 months, she pastored. And then she said Levante was crying on Skype saying, my mom, why are you leaving us? And then she said we could talk every day on Skype. And then she told Tasha that, yes, Levante stayed at Larry Reid's house. And then they talked about, they said the house. She said, I didn't want to believe these allegations because you don't want to believe it about your leader. And she said, at that time, I didn't know. You don't want to believe these allegations about your leader. When did you really come to know what transpired with Larry Reid and your son? So she said she got to know all of that when she was in St. Martin, okay, when she was a pastor in St. Martin. And she said that is when she started to notice situations in when she started to hear. She said, how did you find out? She said, my oldest told me that Levante was assaulted. Thank you, Tasha, for the super sticker. Was assaulted by Larry Reid. Then she said that they've been out of the church, and Levante and his wife, Levante and his wife was kicked out of the church. Larry Reid and the leadership team at that time kicked Levante and his wife out of the church. Because they didn't like them being together, so they kicked them out of the church. He said the things that she said, did you have a conversation with Larry? Did you confront Larry Reid about these allegations? She said, yes, I confront Larry Reid about the allegations. And Larry Reid said he did not do anything to Levante, that Levante is lying. Okay. She said that my children started to think that I was weird because after the allegations came out, Levante's mother was still a member of Larry Reid Church. She said, very weird. I was still at the church, and she said the church, Larry Reid Church, was very controlling. She said if she was dating somebody out of the country, and she said she couldn't do it because Larry Reid forbid her from dating out of the country. Then she said, I have a 3-bedroom condo. And she said she had some single people from the church staying with her. And she said that somehow one of the persons told the leadership. And so Sir Marco and some parts of the leadership team came to her home to tell her how to run her house. She would say they would try to tell her how to run her household. Like she said, Sir Marco and some of the elders of the church, of the leadership team, of the church came to her home to tell her how she should run her home. Okay. They would tell her to run home. They said how to dress, what type of hairstyle she should get. Tasha asked her, do you believe that it was a cult? Levante's mother said, yes, it was. And she said that it was a cult. She said when the allegation started, her oldest son, she said, posted something on Facebook, and that Larry Reid called Levante's mother and told her, tell him to delete that off of Facebook. So it's like he was trying to control her of how to talk to her children. Then she said that this is where the mother get into this. She said, I wanted to hurt Larry Reid. She said, and she said, but did Levante know that? She said, no, Levante didn't even know that until this year. But the lady was plotting to take Larry Reid out. She wanted to commit a crime. She said, did you ever think about calling the police? Because everybody keep asking. So Tasha K asked Levante's mother, do you ever think about calling the police? She said, I did not. She said, I was going to handle it myself, not being able to see my children. From 2009 to 2010, I never had a conversation with Reid, only once. And she said she wanted to end Larry Reid's life. Like she wanted to commit a crime. And she said the only reason that stopped her from committing this crime is because she thought about that she won't be around her children anymore. Then she said this around like 2009, 2010. She said that they were telling Levante how to dress. She said that she can see the manipulation from Larry Reid because she said Levante always dressed nice, and she could just see that they was like manipulating her, trying to change her son's entire style. And she said that, and Tasha K asked her, what when you see Reid now on the internet, what do you see? She said a manipulator and that he is dishonest. So you see all of that stuff, in this interview, and she really breaking it down. So you have not only did Levante tell his mom, I mean, she told the oldest brother first, and they told the mom. So it's other witnesses to back up Levante's story. So you see this is going on over in the YouTube streets. And Tasha K got the first sit-down interview with Levante's mother. Now, that sums up the interview. So if you didn't get to see it, that sums it up. So make sure y'all hit the cash app, pay your $12.99. Now, when Larry responded, he was dissing Levante's mother. He was dissing that lady. He was dissing her. And of course, he did a conversation. Now, that's the interview piece. Now we're going to get into this interview with Storm, Larry Reid, and everything like that. So I'm getting bombarded with emails. I was in the gym and Armon Wiggins was live. And he was live with a green wig on. I think it was green. And of course, he up there dissing Larry Reid employee because Larry Reid employee was dissing him. So I'm listening to him, I'm watching him talk, and he having a conversation like he's really dragging Larry Reid's employee. Saying he would never be nothing, you wasn't picked, you're not in the circles. He was dragging me for Phil, saying you got the microphone after I got the microphone. You would always be number two. You would never be number one. You have to wait till I do content for you to do content. I'm that B. I'm awesome. Then he threw out shots at his former friend, said you can't be on the phone with Tasha K and mention my name. So he was like really throwing out shots. Then he give another blogger a shout out that, you know, all that. Then he started to diss Milagro Grams because Milagro Grams said she don't like the fact that how they interview Larry Reid, him accused of violating a teenager, and they just start talking about sex. So he started criticizing her. Didn't name these people by name, but I know who you're talking about, right? Because there ain't that many people that cover that interview. It was me, the Milagro Graham, other people, but I know who you're talking about. So he was like dissing all these people, saying that y'all would never be him, and that, you know, Larry Reid did not buy him. That he, and then he started to show like different stuff in the studio and just really dissing me. And I'm like, child, it doesn't get to me. Yes, your name is going to go in the title. Yes, we're going to get clicks and views. We got 1,000 people, 1 million, right, in the chat. So we always going to show love. We also going to get it together. So I don't understand that. I think that, you know, he was really selling himself. He was cussing out a person that gave $4 and calling them broke because they were criticized because he didn't put an address on it. Now, this man is the same man that said that we don't do no free promo in the chat. So moderators, if anybody naming some names, delete their comment. Thank you. Yeah, all right. So he was saying like all of this, you will never be me, right? And I'm just listening to him. And at the end of the day, I would say we on YouTube, right? You're going to be content, right? I talk about Armon. I don't talk about all the time. It's other days I don't mention him. But when I mention it, makes sense. Then he decided to talk about the ginger beer. This ain't beer. Get outside. You look like you was drunk. That ginger beer was mixed with some Hennessy or mixed with some type of substance because they had you wasting the liquor all on the floor. And you looked at you just was slurring over your words. It was just a hot mess. That interview that y'all did with Larry Reid was a hot mess. It made him look more of a type of person that is hiding a predatory behavior because you're being accused of violating a 15-year-old teenager. And the main conversation from Storm and from Armon, y'all talking about love making even further with Storm because he was so fascinated with, did you slap it in your face? Did he spray on you? All of these type of things, right? That you already accused of misappropriation of a minor, if that's the correct words, or you know what I'm saying, violating a minor. And that's the main key focus point is y'all talking about what y'all like in the bedroom. And so I wasn't the only one criticizing this. And I want to give a credit to Milagro Grams because even though when I'm shady and all of that, reason why I love that woman, one particular, I love her so much because she put an address on the Wiley Show name and she called out Storm Monroe for being fake. Because she said, you know, you fool with Wiley. You on Wiley platform. You on Wiley Show. You did 2 Man Live. You on all these things. But when you got in front of Armon, you didn't want to say Wiley name. That's fake and phony. It's very fake and phony. And, you know, very fake. And I've noticed that he's been fake. And it's just good to see a Black woman see the fakeness in Storm Monroe. It is what it is. Very fake guy. Because that was the perfect opportunity to put some respect on my name when y'all are mentioning me on that particular platform. And Larry Reid, he just went on and said my name because, again, we want to make sure the messaging is clear and concise. You're not saying my name. It just won't be clear, right? But thank God the people in the chat is in the chat. Just like it's another show, a couple that were saying Wiley Show name and the husband started to diss my eye and all of these type of things. Doesn't matter that you diss my eye, sir, but you're the type of man that is living off of your wife's income, right? And y'all say y'all don't watch the Wiley Show, but y'all see everything so y'all can have some content because ain't nobody really watching y'all Real Housewives reviews anymore. Nobody really watching that anymore. That have flopped. So now you into the beefing sector part of it. And that's why, you're covering it, because nobody's checking for you to talk about Atlanta Housewives or any of these type of things. So it doesn't make any sense. And anyone is this mean. Nobody knew who they were talking about at all, and it was just really it. So to the husband and wife, y'all are trash. Y'all listen to the Wiley Show. Y'all watch everything that we do, and y'all go live and you sis with all them papers and don't have nothing on them piece of paper, and you do all that type of stuff. So you're trash. I'm in a good way, trash. And you need to buy you a new wig. Okay, that wig that Armon had on his head, you need to be having that on your head. And I want to say to Larry Reid mentee, the employee with the pink wig. Here you are, you cried, you were upset that Larry picked Armon and Storm. You feel kind of in your feelings. You get dissed by Armon Wiggins and you don't go live because you ain't got no clapback. You did all that real milling for Larry, and when it was a perfect opportunity to put you on a massive platform, he goes to your ops and got Storm on there and he got Armon on there. And that man was so flabbergasted and he had the audacity to cry. Cry for what? You decided to go and windmill for that man 24/7. Windmill, you should have jumped ship when I jumped ship and distanced yourself from Larry Reid. Now you looking like a plump fool because the interview did not make Larry Reid look like an innocent person. It made him look extremely guilty. It made Armon being bought and paid for because he gave that man a hug. You're going to give an alleged predator a hug after he violated a young teenager, and you're going to give him a hug talking about, oh, you helped me get my studio and all of these type of things. And have Larry Reid send us money, he have. But it wasn't enough to buy my silence. It was $300 here, $400 here, $500 there. He would do it behind the scenes in the Cash App and also on Apple Pay. But it was not enough to keep me silent. It was not enough to make me not talk about it. If he were giving me $2.5 million, then yes, we could talk about me being silent and letting these allegations just go without me, adding more fire to it. But I do want to give a shout out to all of the people that do put respect on the Wiley Show name. I love the fact that y'all defended me. I love the fact that Malago Graham, you have my back. I get that. I understand that. Even with the whole thing, when me and Armon going back and forth, if I see that man, we'll just chop it up and be good Judies. I don't see an issue. I think that Armon see our growth, and he's now responding to us more on YouTube because more people are watching us. And he said, well, you don't have to put my name in the title, but you're putting on a pink wig to this another YouTuber. So whether you talk about him or not, we know who you are talking about. It doesn't make any sense. You can act like you don't know, or you can pretend like we don't know, but we know who you're talking about. We know who you're talking about. All right. You did that interview with Storm, bad quality, and all of those type of things. Y'all should have told Storm, why you getting the ginger beer? Let me bring my camera assistant, to help, set the system up, or Armon could have set it up. So all of that type of stuff that's going on. So you see that, but these girls, they watch the show. I literally have to go back and watch because they talking about me, and we're going to make it some content and get the clicks and views. So to Armon, we wish you all the best. You in that small little studio, in that one little room in an office space in downtown LA. Anybody can do it. They can get work done to the office, to the room, and get a signage on the wall. That's not difficult. It's not hard. But I also would say, just stay in your apartment and all of that. But if you're trying to grow, be like Armon and get it to that one room shack that he called a studio. It's very, very stuff. You can't even move around and really twerk up in there because you're going to be turning up the lights and cameras and all of that. So you see all of that type of stuff. So it is what it is. So I'm still going to talk about Armon. He's relevant news. Until he's not relevant, it is. Just like we had Tasha K on our show. We didn't send Tasha K an email to say come on the show. We come on the show. We were doing reviews of that, and we got the most clout out of it all of the reviewers. And then she hit the link and she came on because I've done my research about Larry Reid. I'm tweeting about Larry Reid, and Tasha K came on and she showed love. Now, she came on the show and she still haven't done it yet. She said, A, I'm going to be on the app for free, which we never was on the app for free. That was a lie that she created. B, she did not reinstate me to be on the app for free. That's number 2. Number 3, I did not get a phone call from her employee to teach me how to hook up the camera. That's number 4. So you hear all of these things that Tasha K says. I think she says a lot of stuff on camera and she don't see through it. And she just say that and hoping that I'm going to be one of her lackeys and defenders. No, I think the reason why she's getting praises because I love the fact that Tasha K is standing up for Levante. I get that. But I'm not going to allow her to come out here and say, I'm going to let you be on the app for free because that's a lie. You never had me on the app for free. You never had me on your app for free. Every month that I was on your app, I paid faithfully. Never was on your app for free. Never was. I paid it. I paid a monthly fee to be on your app. You and Larry Reid, I paid you all faithfully. So to say that, I'm going to put you on the app for free, like, no, like, come on now. Stop it. So, and then I'm waiting on that free membership. Still don't got the free membership. And then you say, well, I'm going to allow my staff to, hook up the camera. Still haven't done it. So we just want to see if she's going to live up to those commitments because she put it out there publicly. But we will continue to talk about these interviews because, like I said, it's very good that we are bringing awareness to Levante. Do I think that BET should drop Larry Reid from his contract? Yes. Do I believe that this employee have exposed Larry Reid wicked past? Yes. Do Larry Reid still look guilty out here in these streets? Yes. Because the way that man was moving, he moved quite guilty. Now, I'm going to take 2 phone calls, but then we're done, all right? Look very, very guilty. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to take, I'm going to take 3 callers. And then if you want to call in, you have to put your last 4 and call in. I'll bring you on. But I'm gonna take 3 callers because I didn't want this to be a long, lengthy live. I didn't. We got 1,200 people up in here. I want to hear y'all thoughts about it. And so again, we wish Armon the best. Like I said, he's content. I don't take stuff personal. He takes things personal. He don't understand that in this business, you be in this business long enough, you become content. My name get thrown in titles. So I'm not exempt and I don't get mad. Like when people have my name in titles and they drag me, never once did I get upset about it because you want your name to be in a title. You want people to talk about you. You want people to post, type your name in the title. You want that. That's when you know you have went to the next level. And I'm starting to see that people are calling in and, and I'm seeing that my name is like going in the titles and people are getting views that, you know what I'm saying, that are doing that. Like people are literally getting views off of putting my name in a title. And I think it's amazing. I haven't went on there and dragged like nobody at all. I think it's awesome. I think it's great. It is what it is, because if you want to put my name in the title and you want to drag it, that's fine. Get your clicks and views. That makes me get bigger and better. Continue to do things, and that make people to say, oh my gosh, who is Wiley? Let me go see what Wiley is doing. And I'm going to definitely talk about his show. So I think it's awesome. I think it's great that people are coming in the show and showing love. I think that's awesome. I also think that to Armon, he doesn't control the market, meaning that you are successful, but that does not stop other people from being successful on these YouTube streets. Okay, no promo of YouTube channels. Moderators get to it. Okay, I should see nobody promote no YouTubers channels. Okay, so your comment, you cannot post any YouTube names in the title, nicknames only. All right, moderators, y'all already know what to do. Okay, now. Because you can't post the Wiley Show name in their comments, so we giving them the same type of courtesy that we're getting on their channels. Okay, now back to Armon. I think that he feels that people should kiss his butt because he interviewed Larry. No, I think that it made him look like he is a protector of a predator. It looked like he got in bed with the predator and he got preyed upon and manipulated with money. And he's silent on the predatory behavior of Larry Reid. He's been bought and paid for. And also Storm Monroe, but particularly Armon, because he kept saying, I would have never gotten this opportunity. And he said, Larry Reid put me in a fancy hotel. Now let's be clear with this. Larry Reid is putting you in these hotels. I mean, putting you in that class, the fancy hotel. Larry Reid is rich, not because of his music, but because of the thousands of the Patreons that are giving monthly. And he's grossing about $100,000 to $200,000 a month off of Patreon money. And most of the content is about stocks, bonds. You get a prayer call that's going to beg for some more money. And that's the money that's been used to get you into that nice hotel. That's the money is being used for that car. Is the hardworking the people on Patreon are paying that for all of that type of stuff. So don't talking about, oh my gosh, Larry Reid got money. He's rich. He's rich. He's rich. Yes, he got some money because of him getting the money from his followers and they're funding it. So I just think that's an issue that you are getting money from the Rider Lives. In the LRLs, I said the Rider Lives, that's somebody else's channel. The LRLs, and you're doing that and you're getting that type of content. So the only reason why you have that is because of that. Now, you did sue Daryl Moore. You sued Daryl Moore for defamation. And it was like count 1 for defamation. And they even broke down, and we're going to read more of this on tomorrow. Count 2, false light, invasion of privacy. Count 3, public disclosure of private facts. So you see all of that type of stuff, on your show and showing love. So it is what it is. But at the end of the day, to Dr. Larry Reid, you did not clear up these allegations. You're looking extremely guilty out here, and you didn't do a good job because you should have done. And I agree with my sister, Barbara, that she said, Barbara Walters, that she should have like a Barbara Walters interview. And that's what Malaga Graham said. It should have been like a Barbara Walters type of interview. It should have like sat down right in front of the camera, and it should have been like a Barbara Walters type of interview. Now, let me put the number on the screen, and then we can take a couple. We're going to take 3 callers, okay? Yeah, it should have been like Larry sitting down like in a Barbara Walters type of feel, and that could have been like the interview. That could have been the style. But sitting there with felon equipment, low budget to quality, and y'all stuffed in the middle, knee to knee. Storm knee next to Larry Reid, knee, they rubbing their knees together. Storm flees to Jamaica after these allegations because the block is hot. Off of Larry Reid dime, Larry Reid allegedly gave Storm money to flee to Jamaica. So you see all that type of stuff, and this is off of the paid subscribers, the paid Patreon subscribers on the Larry Live Patreon. Okay. All right. So we got the phone lines. Okay. Hello. Welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hey, Wiley, I just wanted to say this. You continue putting his name up in your titles. That's how he got so many followers. He was making all those videos about Tasha K and putting Tasha's name in his titles. So you continue to put his name and get your click in a view too. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so very much. Okay. Anybody else? Thank you, man. All right. So we got people in here that is calling in and we are definitely here about that. And also the employee is looking bad as well. Okay. The employee is out there looking bad as well. Okay. The employee is looking bad. That's all I got to say about that. Now, the employee got dragged. Larry Reid employee got dragged. And they are dragging Larry Reid employee. And Armon dragged him. So, and he did a windmill. And I get why the employee, because you windmill for Larry, and Larry didn't choose you. He didn't let you meet up with Storm and Armon. Because Armon, from what I've heard, he did not want to work with the employee. And Larry Reid decided not to bring him on. I think Larry, what he done to the employee is really bad because y'all, you went on his platform, you uplift him, on your show, but when it was time to bring him to the next level, you go and team up with Armon and Storm. So to the employee's eyes, this is a backstabbing. But I told the employee, Larry's going to think what is best for Larry. Larry's going to go on platforms that are bigger than you. It is what it is. You could be at Armon Wiggins level if Larry would have shared you. He don't. He treats you like a prostitute, meaning that I'm going to see you at the nighttime when the sun go down. I'm going to put some money on the counter for your laptop, for your car. But when it's time for the bells and cameras and lights, you're not going to be invited to the party. Now, he's going to invite you now because we're applying pressure, but you're still not a good look because you wear all of that, the green wigs, purple wigs, the sunglasses with fingerprints all on it. So you was really in your feelings. You got embarrassed. And that's your karma. You got embarrassed, and then you said, and then I read your comment. You said Armon didn't say my name. He said I was Larry Mentee. Well, you implemented the same rule of conscious when you don't say Wiley name. So you getting that same type of karma. So you can't be out here not saying my name when you got to 40,000 subscribers, and then wow, when people don't say your name, you in your feelings. Well, you give that treatment to me. You have told Larry not to say my name, so you need to let that go between Armon Wiggins. Because if you're living by that same principle, you shouldn't be mad that he ain't saying your name. Because when Larry tried to say my name, you cut it off and said we ain't giving bald-headed bees free promo. They're gonna have to cash out and pay. So you're trying to control Larry, and then you're very ghetto and ratchet in your commentary. Even today, you know, Armon was ghetto and ratchet in his commentary, like an employee was ghetto and ratchet in commentary. We didn't say like one curse word delivering my Larry Reid type of content. We didn't even call Larry Reid a derogatory, disgusting name to describe the content. And so we have been watching this on these social media streets and have been covering it and getting the viewership and getting the views. More people is in the Wiley Show chat. We are growing. And I love that. I love the fact that I can get and do a show with a huge audience. And yes, I understand people just want to see Wiley. I get it. But I'm still going to use my influence. I'm still going to use my influence. I'm going to use my power to bring my friends on, the people that I mess with, to bring people on my show that I talk to. I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to introduce people that's in my inner circle that I've loved. And I've always promised them, I said, when I make it and get views, I'm going to bring these people on my show. I'm going to interview these people, whether it's my friend Ike, whether it's my friend Don, whether it's my other friend Jaquez, whether it's my other friend, you know, all type of things, or Diddy Liddy. I'm always going to bring people on when I have an audience. Just like when we opened up our first show, I brought, you know, For the Record on my show. And of course I brought For the Record on my show because I said, I'm going to bring these people on my show. I'm going to interview For the Record. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put these people on because if I don't put these people on, I don't want to be like, well, y'all need to be helping Black talent come out. No, I'm going to bring the Black talent up and I'm going to bring them on my show. I know y'all like the Wiley Show. Y'all get the Wiley Show 95% of the time, but for that 5%, I'm going to be introducing new voices and new talent on the show. I'm going to continue to use my power and my influence to bring it on the show. Now, for Larry, you're still looking out here guilty, bruh. Your wife or your ex-wife, all of that, you're still looking guilty. You working with Armon Wiggins, that was guilty. And it was trashy that you funded Armon to come there because you're automatically going to be biased. If I'm going to interview Larry Reid about these allegations, I don't need you to fly me out there. I need to fly out there myself because I don't want you to think that because you flew me out here and you paid for my hotel that I can control the narrative. No, let me be independent. Let me do a sit-down interview and let me ask you these tough questions. Let me bring your wife and ask your wife these tough questions. Let's bring Sharmarco and let's bring Sharmarco. Let's bring Vincent and let's ask you some questions. But Larry Reid don't want to do that. He just want to sit with two impressionable young men that love men, women, or etc. And I want to come in and I want to manipulate those two young men for my own benefit. And they're going to be manipulated, but they can't say I didn't pay them. That's the key that I'm saying. Okay. So let me call. All right. That's what I'm saying. Okay. I honestly think Armon Wiggins asked good questions, including why Larry Reid didn't immediately dispute what Levante said about Usher. And so it just was just terrible. And then the thing about Larry Reid is such a liar, and I can say this because he have lied. Number one, I'm suing Tasha K. Number two, I'm not suing Tasha K. Number three, I'm suing. Like he's going back and forth on a lawsuit. He's going back and forth on not a lawsuit. And to this day, we check Pacer. Tasha K still have not been served with any paperwork. So it didn't clear it up. It didn't clear it up at all. When I look at the situation, it didn't clear up the rumors. The rumors are still out there. People still believe that Larry Reid is guilty. Even when I read the comments in Storm Monroe's chat, they said he's guilty. Even when I read the comments in Armon Wiggins chat, they're saying Larry Reid is guilty. So it have not gone anywhere. The thing about it is Larry Reid didn't play his cards right because he's originally supposed to shut it down before the interview came out, but he didn't do it. And now he's yet dealing with the repercussions. And now the rumors and the scatter is out here. And now you got other people like Levante's mother is out here doing commentary, not a commentary, but doing interview with Tasha K, and also you got Levante. And we still not on the third part with the exclusive receipt. So again, Larry, you have some answers to do. And I think that you need to do an interview with a party that you have not bought and do an interview with them. So that's why we pulled back our financial support, because he's funding bloggers for his narrative. And then so he can talk about what he liked to do in the bedroom and what he liked to lick on. That doesn't make any sense, bruh. Like, why would you do that? Why would you even try to diss the victim? And they laughed at the victim on the show. Him, Storm, and Armon. They literally took up for a predator. It's like they re-victimized Levante in that interview. Yes, they re-victimized him in the interview, because what they did was, nah, Levante, we getting paid. We don't believe you. We believe Larry. We on the predator side. That was the type of energy that can be sensed off from the internet. Like they took the predator side. And the reason why I say predator, I have to say alleged predator, because again, he has not been charged with a crime, but that's some type of predatory type of thing. And you could be a prey of financial, be a prey on, in this particular case, taking that young man's innocence. And it's just really rough. I don't really see a young man we're really willing to do an interview and just tell the world that he was violated by a man while he's married. So, and then I also don't understand Larry Reid saying these allegations came out, but you let the man come back in your church. That don't make no sense. You make an allegation for me, I'm not letting you back in my church. I'm going to recommend you go to another church. It's just that simple. Period. Okay? So that's what I have to say again. So again, justice for Levante. Justice for Levante. Justice for Levante. All right. Thank you so very much for tuning in to this episode. 1,200 people in the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure y'all thumbs up the video. Love y'all so very much. Love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. I'm going to make a couple of announcements really, really quickly because we're done. We didn't get no more phone calls. Thank y'all so very much for that. We got a couple of good announcements to make. We will be doing a meet and greet in Dallas. I'm sorry, that's Las Vegas meet and greet. Hold on. Let me do Dallas. So Dallas been doing a meet and greet February 11, 2023 at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Email me at wileyshowproductions@gmail.com and I will send you the address of where we're going to be meeting at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time on February 11, 2023. Only thing we ask that you please support and buy some chicken or buy some fish or whatever they have there. And why you meet me. That's the only thing we require because we want to be able to financially support that restaurant. So again, that will be on February 11, 2023 at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I would love to see y'all. I would love to see y'all there. That is going to be that interview, that meet and greet, the first meet and greet in Dallas. Also, we will be in Vegas on October 6th through the 9th, 2023. Las Vegas meet and greet. Las Vegas meet and greet. October 6th through the 9th. Make sure y'all be there. Email me, and I'm going to put the email up on the screen. We have sent the emails back to the people that emailed us. If you email me tonight, just know I'll be responding the following day. Email is wileyshowproductions@gmail.com, wileyshowproductions@gmail.com, wileyshowproductions@gmail.com. Also, if you want to be a financial blessing to our operation, we are independent operation. If you want to be any type of a financial blessing to us, whether it is in a Cash App. And also, I want to give a special shout out to somebody else. I gotta make sure I give their because they said a super sticker before the show even started. So I'm gonna give them a shout out once I be able to get into this phone. If you want to be a blessing, that's $ Marquise Wiley 28, $ Marquise Wiley 28, $ Marquise Wiley 28. Thank you. The holistic attorney said, good show. Keep asking the unbiased and tough questions. Thank you so very much. Let me see if I can find that super sticker, because somebody sent me a super sticker before the show started. Also, I'm going to give a shout out to Natalie K. She sent a $10 super sticker, and she said, passing around the collection plate. Thank you for sending that super sticker. All right. Love y'all for the super chats or the super stickers. Thank y'all so very much for the support. It goes right back into the channel because we trying to take the quality to a whole nother level. Thank y'all so very much. Love y'all. If I go out tonight, I will be going live on IG. So make sure y'all show me love. Follow me on IG at Wiley Show. Follow me on IG at Wiley Show. You'll definitely see me there. Thank y'all so very much. This was fun. It is chilly, so I might wear my same hoodie that I had on last night because if I have to take a lift to the club, and so I'm gonna wear the same hoodie. I bought it. I'm gonna wear the same one. Yep, it's clean. Wear the same one because it's cold. All right. Thank y'all so very much. I got to go make a phone call. I got to go hang out with my African friend. It is Sunday. I'm about to go. I'll go get it in. Thank y'all so very much. Y'all be safe. Y'all see me out in Dallas. Don't be afraid to approach me to take a picture. I'm down with it. Okay. So I see y'all then. If you in Dallas, if you want to hang out with me tonight, I'll let you know the club that I'm going to. We can hang out. All you got to do is email or DM me. All right. Thank y'all so very much. Love y'all. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you're enough. When things get hard, put God first. Don't forget, on Monday, tomorrow, I believe, we're going to do a members only. So I will see y'all over there on members only. Thank y'all so very much. Love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all. This was fun. See y'all later. Peace. Thank you for coming on the show. Love you, brother. Love y'all. Until next time. Peace.